going. We stood our ground.
The Raptors are within one game of the Eastern Conference leading Celtics. Orlando down Cleveland 116-98, handing the fading Cavaliers their 14th loss in 21 games. Milwaukee beat New York 103-89. Bucks coach Joe Prunty is 7-1 since replacing the fired Jason Kidd. This is SRN Sports. Philadelphia won at home 115-102 over Washington as the crowd was clad in Eagles green, and fans broke out in several loud chants of Eagles as the party continued 48 hours after their Super Bowl victory. The Sixers seemed to feed off the emotion. 76ers center Joel Embiid had 27 points and 12 rebounds.
They won 5 games in a row, so we knew that the kid that were coming in hard, and we knew that we had to stop them, and we did.
Atlanta beat Memphis 108-82. The LA Lakers were a 112-93 winner over Phoenix. In top 25 college basketball, it was 4th-ranked Michigan State rallying from 8 down for their 7th straight win, 96-93 over Iowa. Number 5, Xavier won their 7th straight in overtime over Butler, 98-93. 6th-ranked Cincinnati beat Central Florida 77-40. It was 10th-ranked Kansas 71, TCU 64. Number 15, Tennessee 61. 24th-ranked Kentucky 59. With SRN Sports, I'm Patrick Ball.
Remember the original. The music and memories.
Good morning from the big 1400 WVWB. It is 32 degrees in downtown Clarksville. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
WVWB, 1400 AM, Clarksville, Tennessee.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. We could be in for another wild ride today on Wall Street. Yesterday, the Dow saw a more than 1,000-point swing before closing sharply higher. This morning, futures are sharply lower. U.S. Bank portfolio manager Eric Wiegand thinks it could be a while before the market finally stabilizes.
We're not calling for a sharp retrenchment in share prices, but it's very seldom that a drawdown of that magnitude is compressed in only 6 trading sessions. We're 6 trading sessions removed from the previous highs.
Another partial government shutdown is looming. This time, the deadline, 12:01 a.m. Friday. The House, hoping to avert the shutdown, has passed a bill to fund the government through mid-March.
But the plan to fund the Pentagon for a full year has raised the ire of Democrats. New York's Nita Lowy.
It is nothing more than a political ploy that will place us on the brink of another shutdown.
Texas Republican John Carter says military leaders need long-term funding or they will be
unable to provide pay to our brave men and women in uniform, unable to recruit personnel we need, unable to maintain our naval ships, unable to maintain our aircraft.
The measure's likely to die in the Senate, which is working on its own budget plan.
That's Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines. Also at SRNnews.com, Vice President Pence says the Trump administration will impose new, tougher economic sanctions on North Korea over its nuclear program.
The United States and Japan will continue to confront the most dangerous threat in the Indo-Pacific, the rogue regime in North Korea.
Pence speaking in Japan following meetings with Prime Minister Abe. At least 6 people are dead after a powerful earthquake on Taiwan. Close to 90 others are missing. On Wall Street, Dow futures down 134. This is SRN News. A New York elementary school kills the father-daughter dance.
Well, officials at Staten Island's PS 65 called off the event because new city guidelines require that schools eliminate all, quote, gender-based practices in an effort to make transgender students feel more welcome. The New York Post quotes Department of Education spokesman Jared Fox as saying, father-daughter dances inherently leave people out. These can be really uncomfortable and triggering events. A growing number of parents are complaining about the decision. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
Pro-life advocates in Oregon are campaigning against a bill that would allow food and water to be withheld from patients with dementia or mental illness who are not terminally ill. Oregon Right to Life says the new legislation would remove current safeguards that protect conscious patients' access to ordinary food and water when they no longer have the ability to make decisions about their own care. This is SRN News. The Pentagon says the Afghan war is costing taxpayers $45 billion a year. Some lawmakers skeptical about what that money is buying.
With no end in sight to America's longest war, Republican Congressman Walter Jones says the U.S. will eventually join a dubious list.
No one has ever conquered Afghanistan.
Asking Pentagon Chief Jim Mattis why he doesn't just tell President Trump to pull out. Mattis says he agrees with some of Jones's points about Afghanistan, except the key one.
We're not out to conquer it.
Saying the U.S. goal instead is to prevent disaster at home.
To ensure another 9/11 hatched out of there does not happen during our watch.
The price tag was more than $100 billion a year at the height of the war. Sagar Meghani at the White House.
And watching the stock market this morning, S&P futures down 16 points. More details at SRNnews.com.
Shady Grove Free Will Baptist Church would love to meet you. So come out on Saturday, February 10th between noon and 2 p.m. for our Get to Know You gathering. Free hot dogs, chips, and beverages, and handcrafts for the children. It's Saturday, February 10th between noon and 2 p.m. at Shady Grove Free Will Baptist Church, located at 4367 Shady Grove Road. Hope to see you there. The Big 1400 WVWB Clarksville area weather. Well, a wintry mix this morning is probably in store for us. We expect a high today with cloudy skies of around 38 degrees. Tonight, clear and cold, 22 for an overnight low. And Thursday, chilly sunshine. Expect a high in the mid-40s. Low Thursday night of 31. Friday, not quite as cool, 60 degrees for an expected high with sunshine on Friday. Currently, we're at 32 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at traffic, Here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county, not too bad for this time of day. Let's take a look around the city and the county this morning. 41A Fort Campbell looking good. 79 out in Woodlawn looking good as well. Trenton Road very busy, and Tylertown Road out by the interstate connector is busy out that way as well. 79 St. Bethlehem looking good. The 101st Parkway busy in a couple of spots. Rossview Road very busy, especially out by the interstate. The MLK 76 connector not too bad this morning. 41A out in Sango looking good. And the bypass, I am showing some very slow traffic about midway down the bypass there, so be on the lookout for that, but I don't see any accidents listed. And 48 and 13, if you're making your way into the city from the county, very busy, especially out by Montgomery Central. And then again, once you get down to the red light there at Liberty Park and Riverside Drive, very busy in that area. Now, if you're headed to Nashville this morning, well, 24 is slow in several spots this morning, but no accidents to report on the interstate. But if you do have to go to Nashville this morning, it's going to be a slow trek. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville area traffic.
Morning as we keep watch on traffic. They're moving a wreck right now at Nolensville Pike at OHB. They're south of town, Bell Road at Cane Ridge. That appeared to be an accident. Also, Central Pike at Old Hickory Boulevard in Hermitage. Two cars hit pretty good there at OHB and Edmondson Pike in the Brentwood area. Just give yourself extra time out here this morning. ICU Security, they specialize in surveillance camera installation and service. Check them out. ICUSecurityInc.com. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning. All on 1400 AM WVWB. It is Wednesday. It is time for the Wednesday morning edition of Good Morning Clarksville, except Chuck doesn't have a mic this morning. So good morning, Chuck. And oh, wait a minute, the wrong one. There you go. Now just yell and everybody.
Now, why would you not give me a mic? I need a platform. I thought we were friends. Didn't we have our picture taken together?
We did.
We have our,
it was bigly as well.
Yeah, we need to have our picture taken together.
We do.
Yeah, because we're friends, right?
We are.
Yeah, we are. But anyway, it is Wednesday. It is a Governor Wednesday.
Hello, Governor.
Bill Persinger will be joining us, and our friend Travis Jansen's going to come back and spend some time with us. He's the baseball coach at Austin Peay State University, so we're looking forward to that. Believe it or not, with all the wintry mix and all the snow and all the weather that you see going on, baseball season is about to start next Friday. Austin Peay will be entertaining, I forgot who Maryland Eastern Shore, I think, is who they're playing. But anyway, Travis will be able to tell us all about that.
All about it.
This morning on the Big 1400, WVWB, Chuck and John. So glad that you joined us on this Wednesday. We're going to have a good time. Good morning, Clarksville. Big 1400 WVWB downtown Clarksville. We're at 32 degrees. There is some wintry mix, not a whole lot, of nothing of
I
any
don't need to go for milk and
concern.
bread.
No, not really. You know, just weather. Be careful. Make sure you dress the kids appropriately because of the weather, and drive carefully with your lights on.
How about a pizza? Can we get a pizza? I've had a craving for a Hawaiian
Who serves pizza at 7 o'clock in the morning, John?
I'm sure I could find somebody.
You go get one out of DiGiorno.
Oh, I bet I could talk my friends up here at the corner and cooking us one. They'd fix us one. But I really want a Hawaiian pizza.
We got a Sports Now update coming your way with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Fox's Barbecue.
That'd be good.
At 7:20. John, what is it? Did you not eat last night?
No. I drank a big bottle of coconut water. No, coconut water.
Oh, okay.
With coconut in it.
Okay.
I drank a 20-something ounce. That's all I had last night.
Okay.
And today I'm starving to death. So. But it did good last night. It filled me up.
We're good.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Don't you want some coconut water?
No, I don't. No, thank you very much.
Like
I appreciate
water?
it. Musically this hour, we got some Dennis Yost and the Classics for the Association, as well as Shalites coming up. But if I can get John, stop chewing paper. You know what is the deal?
Starving.
Stop it. You need to cut it out, okay?
Okay.
We got to do birthdays.
Birthdays.
Isaiah Thomas, Cleveland Cavaliers guard, is 29. Deborah Ann Wall is 33. She's Karen Page in Marvel's Netflix shows Daredevil, The Defenders, and The Punisher.
Yeah, she was also in True Blood.
Tina Majorino is 33. She's Florence on Scorpion. She also was in what now?
True Blood.
Oh, okay. She's also in Napoleon Dynamite. Ashton Kutcher is 40. Chris Rock is 53. Garth Brooks is 56. James Spader, one of my favorite actors, is 58. Miguel Ferrer, we lost him in 2017. He was born on this day in 1955. Remember who he was? He was on NCIS.
Yeah.
He was the assistant director, Owen Granger.
Okay.
And Laura Ingalls Wilder was born on 1867 on this date. She's a children's author and most famously known for Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. I never watched that show.
Speaking of authors, I know you never watched Little House on the Prairie. You're trying to get a pineapple pizza. Charles Dickens was born on this date in 1812. He also died. He died in 1870. He's the author of the holiday classic A Christmas Carol. And 6 days until Mardi Gras, 7 days until Valentine's Day, 9 days until the movie The Black Panther comes out. And there you have it, a list of birthdays for this, the 7th day of February.
throw me a crumb. No, no. But I kept on believing that this day would come. Oh. And this love is like nothing I have ever known. No, no, baby. Take my hand, love. I'm taking you home. I'm taking you home, where we can be with the ones who really care. Home, where we can grow together. Keep you in my heart forever. It's like nothing I have ever known. No, 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 baby. Take my hand, love. I'm taking you home. Oh, this love is like nothing I have ever known. No, no, baby. Take my hand. Taking you home. Taking you home. Yes, I am. Taking you home, baby.
The big 1400 WVWB. You think Kendra enjoyed that?
I don't know.
Probably.
More than likely.
Yeah.
99%
But Don
sure.
Henley, 99.99% sure
Yeah.
that Kendra enjoyed
I
it?
think
Well,
so.
Good. I'm glad somebody enjoyed it. Of course, that was Don Henley. Back in the day. Speaking of back in the day, the big 1400, and now back in the day, 136 years ago in 1882, the last bare knuckle fight for the heavyweight boxing title went down in Mississippi City. John L. Sullivan knocked out Patty Ryan in the 9th round. 96 years ago in 1922, Reader's Digest began publication with 5,000 copies. Today, they move more than 27 million copies worldwide. I haven't seen a Reader's Digest, and I don't know when.
I didn't even know they were still around.
Well, I knew they were still around. I don't know. TV Guide is still around.
Is it?
Yeah.
What are they around for?
I don't know.
Who needs a TV guide?
It's too crazy.
You have guides on your TV now.
Yeah. How do they keep up with all that stuff?
Who needs
78 years ago in 1940, Walt Disney's animated film Pinocchio was released. And 75 years ago in 1943, due to a shortage of leather during World War II, the United States began rationing shoes, limiting customers to 3 pairs per person for the remainder of the year. wouldn't go over. There'd be people jumping off buildings and slicing their wrists and everything.
No more leather and lace.
And we were rationing shoes today. 69 years ago, in 1949, Joe DiMaggio signed with the New York Yankees for $100,000, the first six-figure contract in major leagues.
Big
the
money.
average salary in baseball now is almost $3.3 million. And 54 years ago, and I remember it on watching it on TV, 1964, the Beatles arrived at New York's Kennedy Airport for their first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Shake it, baby.
It was also the day that Baskin-Robbins introduced Beetle Nut ice cream. And 44 years ago, in 1974, Blazing Saddles was released, starring Mel Brooks in 4 different roles, Harvey Korman in 3 roles. Okay, what 3 roles did Harvey Korman play? Do you remember?
I can't remember what all they were.
Gene Wilder as a Waco kid and Cleavon Little as Bart.
Oh, and I love Cleavon Little.
Yeah, the sheriff. Yeah. That was a classic movie. Now it's going to make me want to watch that because I
can't remember.
I remember 2 roles that Mel Brooks was in that he played.
Yeah.
But, I did not know Harvey Korman was
Played
in
3 different roles.
So I'll have to look.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He probably was in disguise, I'm sure.
33 years ago, 1985, Sports Illustrated released their annual swimsuit issue with Paulina Portsakova on her second cover. She was also their 1984 cover girl. She's married now to Rick Ocasek, the most beautiful man in rock and roll, from the Cars. 30 years ago, 1988, America's Most Wanted debuted on Fox. 18 years ago, Tiger Woods got his 6th straight PGA Tour victory, becoming the first player since Ben Hogan to do that in 1948. And 8 years ago, in 2010, the New Orleans Saints beat the Indianapolis Colts 31-17 in Super Bowl 54. I don't know. What is it? XL15. What is that? I know it's a 4. Yeah. Is it 29?
25.
25?
No, I don't know. It's not. We just did 52, so wasn't it?
I don't know. Anyway, there you have it. Yeah.
28.
Yeah, anyway.
32.
Yeah. Oh. But Indianapolis lost.
Yeah, they did.
We're not going to do any more Super Bowl news today. Okay? We're done with Super
What's
Bowl
over
news.
under on any more Super Bowl news?
Yeah, we're done with
5?
Super Bowl news. We're not going to have anything related to Super Bowl today anymore. We're done. It's been 4 days since it was.
It's like Christmas. It's like New Year. It's over. It's done until next year.
It's over.
So,
time now for a Sportsnet update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Fox's Barbecue on the Big 1400.
WVWB, 1400 AM, Clarksville, Tennessee.
This Sports Now update is presented by Fox's Barbecue. They're serving slow smoked premium meats at 521 Heritage Point Drive.
It's college football's National Signing Day, and things will be a bit different this time around over at Austin Peay State University. The Governors are on the verge of landing their 3rd straight top 5 nationally ranked recruiting class, but when the signatures roll in today, co-defensive coordinator / defensive line coach Marcus West will not be there celebrating by the fax machine. Head coach Will Healy confirmed late yesterday that his longtime friend and co-worker will be leaving Clarksville to join the staff at Minnesota as the Golden Gophers defensive ends coach. West becomes the 3rd APSU assistant football coach to bolt for greener pastures this offseason, as former linebackers coach Max Thurmond last month became the defensive coordinator at Central Arkansas, and running backs coach Sean Dawkins moved on to the same post at Troy University. Now to Nashville, where the excitement continues to grow ahead of Middle Tennessee's first ever professional soccer match. The United Soccer League's Nashville SC will host MLS club Atlanta United for a friendly match on Saturday at First Tennessee Park, and late yesterday, the new franchise reported that they'll be doing so in front of a sellout crowd. And lastly, we take you to Knoxville, where today the University of Tennessee volunteer basketball squad is celebrating a huge road victory. The Vols, thanks in part to a huge 3-point basket from sophomore guard Lamonte Turner with only 25 seconds remaining, took down the Kentucky Wildcats 61-59 last night inside Rupp Arena. With the victory, rivalry, the 14th-ranked UT Hoop squad has swept the regular season series against Kentucky for the first time since 1999, and they've moved to 18-5 overall this season. From the WVWB Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Voted the #1 veteran-owned barbecue restaurant in America, Fox's Barbecue is proud to serve the greater Clarksville community. They host the weekly blues and barbecue concert every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. Whether you're hungry for chicken, ribs, pulled pork, or brisket, Fox's Barbecue is the right choice. They offer all-you-can-eat selections every Wednesday and Thursday night, as well as catering and delivery. Call them to cater your next event at 931-896-2678. Or better yet, go see them at 521 Heritage Point Drive, just off from Tiny Town Road.
The world-famous 1400 WJZM time capsule. Remember Camp Campbell? You're gonna love WJZM Clarksville. The big 1400 WJZM.
The big 1400 WVWB with Tramp, Chuck and John with the Good Morning Clarksville on the Wednesday edition. It is a Governor Wednesday. Bill Persinger will be here.
Why are you such a tramp?
What?
Why are you such a tramp?
Who are you talking to?
You.
No, you're not talking to me. I got 4 Fords, 3 Lincolns, 2 Cadillacs, 3 T-Birds.
But you such a tramp.
But I'm a lover.
Okay, I'll stay away.
Cut it out.
I'll stop now.
Cut it out.
When you say that.
Okay, cut it
The
out.
other day you said you were, never mind. Forget it. We'll stop there.
Okay.
Okay. Continue on.
Clarksville area weather. A couple of showers this. We could have a wintry mix. You might see some, sleet wintry mix this morning, but otherwise it's going to, the rain should end by this afternoon. And it'll be cloudy, chilly, though. We'll struggle to get it out of the 30s. Expect a high today of maybe 37, 38. Clear tonight, 22 for an overnight low. Mid-40s for a high on Thursday with sunny skies. Right now we're at 31 degrees in downtown Clarksville, where we've got Lady Vol basketball coming up tomorrow. The Lady Vols will be in Music City, US of A. They'll be taking on the Vanderbilt Commodores. Airtime 6:30, tip-off 7 o'clock right here on the Big 1400. Jokes dyslexic.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready? Jokes dyslexic.
Go ahead.
The answer, Tom Brady and Kevin Hart. The question, name 2 people who came up short on Super Bowl Sunday.
Just a little short.
Yeah. I think Kevin Hart, did you see him trying to get up on stage and get with the Super Bowl, the Lombardi trophy?
Yeah, and he's, 3 foot tall? He couldn't even jump up on there.
Yeah, I think he'd been
he'd been nipping a little bit?
I think he'd been nick. Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. The answer, the stock market on Monday and Tom Brady on Sunday. The question, name 2 things that experienced big drops. The answer, at the Winter Olympics or at a Rolling Stones concert. The question, name 2 places where you can see things going downhill fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The answer, a baby girl named Stormy and a sense of modesty. The question, name something that Kylie Jenner has and something that she doesn't. And the answer, thermostats and CBS viewers. The question, name 2 things that are usually at 72. Yeah.
I'd say that's probably about right.
It could be. Close. It could be. The possibility that it could be, Thank you for being here this morning on Good Morning Clarksville. This is Governor Wednesday, so Bill Persinger from Austin Peay State University will be joining us next hour. Of course, Travis Jansen is going to be here.
Baseball coach.
He's the head baseball coach at Austin Peay State University, so we look forward to him coming and talking about the Governor Diamonds on the Diamond. Dennis Yeltsin, the Classics 4.
You were the sunshine, baby, whenever you smiled, but I call you stormy today.
1400 WVWB. It is 31 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Expecting a high today of around 38. Chuck and John on this Wednesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. We've got visitors coming to join us during the 8 o'clock hour, and it is a Governor Wednesday. But in the meantime, I don't want you going on the internet and trying to find that new Absolute Vodka commercial, okay? Do not go on the internet and try to find the new Absolute Vodka commercial.
What's it listed under?
Nothing to Hide. That's the name of the commercial. Every person in the new Absolute Vodka commercial is sky-clad.
Oh.
Every person in there is totally naked. It's inspired their slogan, Nothing to Hide. All of the naughty bits are pixelated. It features a spokesman with a Swedish accent demonstrating what it takes to make Absolute. He greets the naked farmer who grows the wheat, passes by naked people at a water source, and then introduces 28 actual naked employees at the factory. So I don't know how much vodka they're going to sell, but I'm sure they'll have a lot of hits on the YouTube or, on the internet. Trying to find out what's going on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Get off the internet.
Sorry.
Get off the internet. We need to take a break.
That's what I was looking at.
We need to take a break.
I can take a break now?
Yeah, we'll be back right after this.
We've got you covered every step of the way. That's what they do at Clarksville Floor Covering. Carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl, and area rugs are what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville Floor Covering and let their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street, behind Sonic off Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksvillefloor-covering.com and be sure to check them out on Facebook.
Investments, insurance, retirement planning. Do you have questions? Do you want someone to give you straight and honest answers? Are you not sure who to talk to? Call Mike Biggs with AXA Advisors and work with someone local right down the street. Mike Biggs with AXA Advisors has been in the business of relationships here in Clarksville for over 30 years, helping you find the answers to the questions, making sense of the confusion, and coming up with strategies to help you with the many choices and decisions that have to be made when it comes to planning for the future and planning for the here and now. Mike has a 30-year track record of trusted service to his clients and to the community, and is a steady hand to turn to in these uncertain times. Give Mike a call today at his office at 931-245-5480 or on his cell at 931-320-1560, and let him help you with retirement today or planning for retirement for the tomorrows. Mike Biggs offers securities to AXA Advisors LLC NYNY 212-314-4600, member FINRA SIPC, and offers insurance and annuity products to AXA Network LLC.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee? Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee, the Wyatt Johnson Automotive family in Clarksville.
In your time of loss, you need to know someone cares. Since 1916, Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home has been serving the Clarksville area with the kindness and respect you deserve. It's their goal to provide quality, compassionate services to you and your family during this very difficult time. Mike Parchman and his staff genuinely care and provide prearranged plans that accept insurance to help ease your pain in your time of grief. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home. People who care. A name you can trust. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home, Madison Street in Clarksville.
Warren's Apothecary is much more than just a pharmacy. From prescriptions to home medical equipment, these folks have been taking care of families since 1960. They will take care of your prescriptions. They have certified fitters for mastectomy supplies. Warren's Apothecary has hospital equipment for sale or rent, and much more. Most insurances are accepted, and they have free delivery. Give them a call to find out more. 931-647-6791. Warren's Apothecary is located at 1647 Memorial Drive in Clarksville. Call 931-647-6791.
Treat your pets to a vacation of their own at the Animal Guest House. Whether you're looking for doggy daycare service or long-term boarding, Animal Guest House will love your most loyal companions as much as you do. They have almost 2 acres of fenced-in roaming space, offer grooming services, and proudly have absolutely zero breed restrictions. Animal Guest House is located in Woodlawn at 1970 Chester Harris Road. Give them a call at 931-920-2719 or check them out online at animalguesthouse.com. Animalguesthouse.com.
Cooking for large groups is exhausting, and it saps the fun out of hosting parties and events. Let your friends at the Lunchbox do the cooking next time with carry-out catering for small family gatherings up to large company outings. Whether you want barbecue and sides, hot dogs and chips, or homemade chili, the Lunchbox has the food for your next party covered. Call them today at 931-802-8227. Or better yet, go sample their extensive menu at 2124 Woodlawn Road. Fresh ingredients become delicious homemade meals at the Lunchbox, Clarksville's new favorite eatery.
Moore's Office Supply is Clarksville's office supply and furniture experts. For office equipment, desks, chairs, and more, depend on Moore's Office Supply. Located on Franklin Street across from the Catholic Church, Moore's has been your business partner for office supplies in the Clarksville-Fort Campbell area for years. Call Moore's at 645-7200. That's 645-7200. And we'll deliver it for free. Moore's Office Supplies, Clarksville's office supply headquarters.
The Big 1400 WVWB, Chuck and John on this Wednesday. We're just ahead of the Ball Network Notebook with Bob Kessling, brought to you by Copies in a Flash on the Big 1400 WVWB. The Big 1400 and the Shylights, Chuck and John on this Wednesday. Good morning, Clarksville. 31 degrees, expecting a high today of around 37 or so, maybe. Remember yesterday we did the story about PepsiCo and they had those Fritos, Doritos that were for women specifically?
Yes. Uh-oh.
Well, it turns out that PepsiCo did some major backtracking yesterday after that report went viral that said they've been working on a new type of Doritos for women. They now claim in a statement made by their CEO was misconstrued, adding, quote, "We already have Doritos for women. They're called Doritos." So, you know, they had to...
So are they not going to put them out, or are they going to put them out?
No, they're not. They're not really having any, working on any specific Doritos for women.
Oh, okay.
You know, their CEO is a woman at PepsiCo.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
I got it.
Time now for the Vol Network Notebook.
So what does that mean?
Huh?
So what does that mean? She's a woman?
I mean, they said that, and she was the one that had to backtrack because they took her out of context, they said, you know.
Okay.
She was,
you say so.
Yeah. I'm just going.
No Doritos for women?
Yeah. They got Doritos for women.
What?
They're called Doritos.
Oh, okay.
They got Doritos for men. Did you know that? Specifically for men. You know what they're called?
Nacho cheese.
They're called Doritos. You know, they got Doritos for Bill Persinger. You know what they're called? Bill Persinger's Doritos.
Oh, nacho cheese.
Brand. Nacho cheese.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I was just thinking though, how many different types of Doritos do they make? They got the blue
I don't
ranch.
know. They got Cool Ranch.
They got the hot with the that's extra spicy.
Who knows?
But yeah, they do. Just like chips. You know. Anyway, but you know, they do have a new Dorito for women. It's called Doritos.
Okay.
Time now for the Ball Network Notebook with Bob Kessling, brought to you by Copies in a Flash on the Big 1400.
Tennessee gets a big road win at Kentucky. This is the Ball Network Notebook, brought to you by your local Farmers Co-op. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. For the first time since 1999, Tennessee sweeps the regular season series from Kentucky, winning 61-59 Tuesday night in Lexington. The Vols snap a 10-game losing streak in Rupp Arena and win there for just the 5th time since the building opened in 1976. Trailing 58-56 with 26 seconds to go, Lamonte Turner hit a three-pointer to put the Vols in front, 59-58. Tennessee then got a defensive stop. A steal by Jordan Bowden led to an Admiral Schofield slam to put the Vols in front, 61-58 with 7 seconds left. Kentucky added a free throw, but Tennessee then secured its 6th straight victory. Turner said he was ready to take that big shot.
Just coming down, me and Coach kind of made eye contact, and, you know, I guess he was debating calling a timeout, and when we made eye contact, he knew not to. And I had confidence, you know, when it left my hand, I was pretty sure it was going in.
Volunteers have now won 9 out of 10, and Turner said it's a very confident group.
Coach just kept telling us, you know, it's going to be a fight, it's going to be a fight. Just keep pushing on and keep doing what we do, and, you know, we were able to make some big plays down the stretch.
Lamonte Turner had 16 points to lead Tennessee in the win. Tennessee improves to 18-5, 8-3 in the SEC. Tennessee travels to Alabama on Saturday. King, Ellis, Catchings, Parker, all legendary performers who provided plenty of memorable moments on the basketball court for Tennessee. There's another group of men and women who give an all-American effort too. The friendly, knowledgeable folks who work at your locally owned Farmers Co-op. With a lineup of quality products and services at their disposal, you can be confident that a visit to Co-op for your farm, home, and outdoor needs will be a slam dunk experience every time. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. National Football Signing Day is Wednesday. For all the latest news on Tennessee's newest football signees, go to utsports.com. Reporting for the Ball Network, I'm Bob Kessler.
Copies in a Flash is your one-stop copy design and print supercenter. If you're looking for letterheads, carbonless forms, envelopes, address labels, or anything to do with print, your local Copies in a Flash can handle it all in a flash. Stop in and see Copies in a Flash at 1841 Business Park Drive in Clarksville and see how they can help you on your next project. Copies in a Flash offers free delivery. Visit Copies in a Flash and see all of their offerings at copiesinaflash.com. That's copiesinaflash.com. Copies in a Flash is proud to support our community and say go Big Orange.
WVWB. It is 31 degrees in downtown Clarksville at 8:02. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
WVWB, 1400 AM, Clarksville, Tennessee.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. He's not backing down. President Trump refusing to cave on the issue of immigration reform and border security, even if it means another government shutdown on Friday.
We have to shut it down because the Democrats don't want safety. And unrelated, but still related, they don't want to take care of our military. Then shut it down. We'll go with another shutdown.
The House has passed a stopgap spending bill to keep the government running. Now it's up to the Senate. And the Commander-in-Chief ordering the Pentagon to investigate staging a grand military pride parade in Washington later this year.
The White House says the president told the military to start exploring a celebration that will let Americans show their appreciation for their troops. The president first brought up the idea of a parade while watching France's Bastille Day spectacle in July. The Washington Post reports he told Pentagon leaders last month he wanted a parade like that, with one defense official saying the cost of shipping tanks and other hardware here could run into the millions of dollars. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Vice President Pence announcing plans for tough new economic sanctions on North Korea.
We will continue to intensify our maximum pressure campaign until North Korea takes concrete steps toward complete, verifiable, and irreversible denuclearization.
Pence speaking in Japan this morning. He's on his way to South Korea for the Winter Olympics. The confirmed death toll has climbed to 6 in a strong earthquake that hit near Taiwan's east coast. 256 people injured, 88 people are still unaccounted for. Stock futures lower this morning on Wall Street. Right now, Dow futures down about 79 points. NASDAQ futures off 56. S&P futures 12 points in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Travel in retirement. It's what you've always wanted to do, but you're not liquidating stocks to take that big trip, are you? And when you downsize to the perfect retirement home, you're not paying the realtor with corporate bonds or munis, right? So why, when you paid for things your entire life with income, wouldn't you plan to have enough income to last throughout your retirement? I'm David Scranton, founder of Sound Income Strategies, and if you are 50 or older, now is the time to focus on your goal. Sound Income Strategies, the secret to a great retirement is in our middle name.
Call 866-913-1234 for your free, no obligation, one-on-one 15-minute consultation with David Scranton to learn more about the importance of retirement income. Call 866-913-1234, 866-913-1234, and use promo code RADIO. Call 866-913-1234.
A Pakistani court has sentenced one man to death, handed life terms to 5 others for murdering a student who is falsely accused of blasphemy.
This high-profile trial has been followed closely in Pakistan and involved tight security conducted inside a jail. As the verdicts were read, surrounding roads were closed and hundreds of police deployed. Last year, the murder of Mashal Khan by a crowd of fellow students and the mutilation of his body shocked many and led to protests condemning the violence and demanding justice for his family. He'd been accused of blasphemy, a serious and emotive charge, but an independent investigation into what happened said that was unfounded.
That's the BBC's Jill McGivering. South Africa's embattled president borrowing a phrase from President Trump, calling fake news a social media report, and claims that Russian President Vladimir Putin is going to visit the country this week. News and analysis at townhall.com. Winter Olympics Committee mulling over whether to give gifts of Samsung cell phones to North Korean athletes.
Olympic partner Samsung has donated some 4,000 Galaxy Note 8 phones for athletes so they can document every moment and share their memories with the world. But the Winter Olympics organizer is in limbo, whether giving the $1,000 device to the 22 North Koreans would violate global sanctions designed to punish their government's nuclear ambitions. It's also unclear if the phones would work on networks inside North Korea. An Olympics official says somebody needs to make a clear call soon and points out that all athletes should be treated equally, regardless of their nationality. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The competition among low-calorie ice creams is heating up. Ben & Jerry's, known for its ice cream filled with chunks of fudge, brownies, or cookie dough, the latest big brand to launch a slimmed-down version of its frozen treats. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Shady Grove Free Will Baptist Church would love to meet you. So come out on Saturday, February 10th between noon and 2 p.m. for our Get to Know You gathering. Free hot dogs, chips, and beverages, and handcrafts for the children. It's Saturday, February 10th between noon and 2 p.m. at Shady Grove Free Will Baptist Church, located at 4367 Shady Grove Road. Hope to see you there.
The Big 1400 WVWB Clarksville area weather on this Wednesday. You might see a wintry mix as you get started this morning, but that should pass through and we'll have a mostly cloudy day. It's going to be chilly, 38 for an expected high, clear tonight, and cold, 22 for an overnight low. For Thursday, chilly, mid-40s for an expected high with plenty of sunshine. And then Friday, not quite as cool. Expect a high of around 60 degrees on Friday. Currently, we're at 31 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county very busy this morning. Wilma Rudolph Boulevard busy. New Providence Boulevard, Fort Campbell traffic on 41A. And the intersection of Madison Street and MLK Boulevard, 41A out in Sango, not bad. 41A, 79 out in St. Bethlehem. Looking good this morning, only slow in a couple of spots, but I am showing one accident this morning. It's on 48 and 13. If you're coming into the city from the county, it is between Salem Ridge Road and Belmont Road, so that has traffic tied up out that way, so you might want to allow yourself a few extra minutes as you head into town this morning. Now, if you're headed to Nashville, 24 looks pretty good all the way into the Music City. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville area traffic.
Well, good morning. The police are busy with the following wrecks out here. 8th Avenue at Kirkwood, Licton Pike at Crocker Springs. Also clearing up that earlier crash there on 440 eastbound, ramp to I-40, Bell Road at Cane Ridge, trying to recover from that earlier collision. If you're looking for the best bargains, check out GiveMeA5.com. They're in Clarksville, Lebanon, Dixon, Madison. Now, with more locations coming soon, that's GiveMeA5.com. You never know what you're going to find. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning on 1400 WVWB. It is 8:10. Today is Wednesday, and this is hour number 2 of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards once again.
You going to tell me where Give Me a 5 is?
It's out by Give Me a 5. It's on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard.
It is?
Yeah. No, I have no idea. I think it's on Madison Street.
It's on Madison Street next to Kroger's.
Yeah. It's that place where it's $5.
Okay, in that strip.
Yep.
So,
right
okay.
Between there and Papa John's.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now I know. I just wanted to know. But yeah, it is hour number 2. It is a Governor Wednesday, and Bill Persinger from Austin Peay State University is with us. He brought Travis Jansen back with us, the head coach of the Austin Peay baseball team. And we're going to talk about baseball. Yeah, believe it or not, you're looking outside and you're seeing the wintry mix of
but
baseball.
next Friday it's going to be 72
That's right,
degrees.
buddy. We're going to get out there on the diamond and we're going to let them bats ring. Governor's going to, what was it, Maryland Eastern Shore, I think, coming down?
Yes, sir. That's
Something
right.
like that. Travis is here. But we need to we'll talk with them in just a few minutes as we get started here in hour number 2 on the Big 1400 WVWB. big 1400 WVWB. It is Chuck and John on this Wednesday. We've got another Sports Now update with Justin Swallows at 8:20, brought to you by Culver's of Clarksville on the big 1400. But it is Governor Wednesday, so that means that we welcome our good friend Bill Persinger, who is the Director of Marketing at Austin Peay State University here, and Travis Jansen, who is the head baseball coach for the Austin Peay State University Governors. Welcome them today. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Travis.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
Very good.
You know, it was interesting, Coach. You were talking about that the players, the good thing about practicing in the cold weather is that when they practice, when it's like in the 30s, that they don't complain as much when it gets to the 40s and they have to practice.
Oh, that's that. The comment was that early in January, when those first couple weeks when it was so cold and the roads were icy and school was getting canceled, that was really a taste of cold weather. And so now just the last 10 days when the temperature is 42 and cloudy, which isn't ideal, but those guys have had a good attitude about it, and they haven't complained too much about it. Yesterday was a little bit chilly, but our guys have hung in there with that.
Yeah. Coach Jansen is here today. Now, we're a week away. The 16th we open up against, is that right, against Maryland Eastern Shore?
That's right. Maryland Eastern Shore comes in for 4 games.
Yeah, and they'll be here. You know, I often think about, what do you look for when you look for players for the team? Do you look at all-around athletes, or do you look at a specific position? What do you look for?
That's a long answer, but, you know, the abbreviated answer on that deal is, you know, it's kind of like a puzzle. I mean, you have to kind of fit pieces together, and you have to fit. I mean, it doesn't make sense to have 6 really good catchers. I mean, that doesn't make sense. So you have to have 2 or 3 catchers. You have to have, you know, 2 or 3 middle infielders that are really, really good. You can never have too much pitching. You need a center fielder that can go get it in the outfield, and so you just have to try to piece it together to where it all fits. And at the high school level, generally speaking, usually the best players are playing shortstop or catcher. Fast guys are in center field, and so, you know, there's times we'll go out and recruit a bunch of high school shortstops, but does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, so that's kind of what we're looking for. We have roster limits. There's only 35 kids that are allowed to be on the team, so you have to be mindful of what you're going to do with those 35 spots.
Yeah, I didn't, you know, and the idea of having pitchers, as you said, you can never have enough pitchers, right?
That's, yeah, knock on wood. I mean, yeah, you have to make sure you're deep enough pitching-wise, and the way we think about it, we would rather be heavier on the mound than on position players, because if you can pitch, you at least have a chance to stay in a game and have a chance to win.
When you look at players, when do high school players, you go out and you're scouting high school players, and you see that this person, he can play shortstop and he pitches some, and this person can play left field and he pitches some. When do they just say, okay, this is what I can do, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to play 2 positions anymore. I just want to be a pitcher or when does that take place?
Usually in college. I mean, because last night we talked to one of our incoming recruits for next year, and he's a pitcher and he's a shortstop. You know, he does both, and then they're going to play him in the outfield to rest his arm. And so generally speaking, when they get to the high school level, because they're the best athletes, so they're good enough to play in high school. Mm-hmm. And then usually when they come to college, then they have to become more defined on what they're doing.
Yeah. And over for a 4-year period, if they stay at Austin Peay, you know, you'd help them define that what position they want to play.
It's usually defined as far as like the pitcher or the position player. It's usually defined before they get in there. I mean,
really?
I mean, as they come in as an 18-year-old freshman, I think about a pitcher that always gives me a hard time on our team right now. He always tells me he can hit. Well, he can't. I mean, he can hit, but he thinks he can. But you know, and so, but in high school, he did okay, and so, and there's occasionally, we have 2 players right now that we're letting pitch and hit both. I mean, so occasionally you get an athlete that
that can do both.
That can do both, that's right.
Coach Travis Jansen, head basketball coach at Austin Peay, is our guest. Bill, you been doing okay?
I've been doing well.
And you had a nice Super Bowl Sunday?
We did. Hey, what a great game, wasn't it?
It was.
That was a really
Did your team win?
You know, I didn't really have a dog in the fight. I was kind of pulling for the Eagles because they hadn't won one.
No, you were pulling for the Eagles because they're giving away that free beer. You know, I thought that's the craziest thing. I mean, you saw how those people acted, you know, when they won the playoff game. Then you saw how they acted when they won the Super Bowl, and now they're going to have free beer during the parade tomorrow.
I just saw, one of the players that kind of
one of the players said, hey, if we win, I'll provide free beer for everybody. And so they're going to have, and it's dilly-dilly time.
Dilly-dilly.
Yeah, dilly-dilly.
Did you see the tweet that Hardee's put out that night after they won the Super Bowl?
About the biscuit?
Yeah. They said, we're going to serve free biscuits Monday morning. Please don't burn our building down. I mean,
well, and I hear Budweiser has actually volunteered to go ahead and give the beer on a news report this morning. Is that...
Yeah, dilly-dilly, the Bud Light.
There you go.
Yeah, they're dilly-dilly. But I'm thinking, man, why do they want to give those people in Philadelphia free beer? You've seen what they do. They go up greased light poles. You know, they go crazy. But anyway, so you've been doing okay?
Doing well. Doing well.
So let's see. This Saturday we've got the College Art Day.
Yes.
At the Art and Design Building, starting at 9 o'clock. Tell us about that.
So it's an event for high school students to come and see what it's like to be an art student at Austin Peay for the day, and it's free. But we do ask that you register for that event. You can register by visiting apsu.edu and clicking on the calendar link for that event.
Oh, that's good. So, you know, what would they look for being an art student? You know, I mean, some of the classes they would take and get a chance to tour the Art and Design Building?
Yeah, you get to tour the building. Of course, you know, we have a brand new building. It's a beautiful building. And
opened last fall, right?
Officially opened last fall, but really we moved into the spring prior to that. But it's a great facility. It's something we've, you know, needed for many years. I was actually an art major myself, so I'm a little jealous we didn't get that use that building. But they really a really well designed building. So you know, high school students can come and see, you know, the painting studios, the graphic design labs, sculpture, ceramics, all that.
Why'd you want to be an art student, an art major?
Well, you know, that's kind of a long story. I actually intended.
Do you have any talent?
Do I have talent? Mm-hmm. I've been doing it for 26 years professionally, so I guess I'm okay.
You can draw.
Yeah. I mean, I don't draw anymore. I used to draw a lot. I actually started because I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to go into mechanical engineering, and I actually went to UT Martin my first year of school, and I didn't really think that was the path I needed to go. And anyway, transferred back to Austin Peay. I'd started in doing art classes at UT Martin, but they didn't have a full-fledged program like Austin Peay does, and so I transferred and went the graphic design path here at Austin Peay. And it's a great program. It's a thriving. It's a rapidly growing program, and we've also added some other programs for animation. And
so your medium is what?
So mine is mainly graphic design, which, you know, it's a mix of mediums. You know, I'm an old school designer in that we learned how to do it the traditional way, where you did paste up and everything was done by hand. But while I was in school, we basically the first Macs had come to play in the
Mac computers,
yeah, in the field. And so we had the old, I don't know if you remember the old Mac Pluses, which were the little 9-inch black and white screened kind of box units. We had a few of those in the lab, but nobody knew how to use them back when I was in school. And so we started, you know, toying with them. And so I learned both ways of doing it. But, you know, as a graphic designer, you learn painting, you learn sculpture, you learn, you take a lot of art history classes, and it just, in a lot of ways, I look at it as kind of engineering light. So it's still, there's still some math and things like that to it, as far as page layouts and crafting a brochure.
And
drawing lines. But you also have to, it's good to have illustration skills, photography skills. And so I've kind of been in all those arenas over the years.
If you go visit a major city, are you going to go visit an art museum? Do you do that?
You know, if time allows, yeah. I like, as far as museums go, I tend to lean, you know, if there was an air museum or something like that, I would lean there more. But I have been to a lot of galleries. Like we used to do trips up to Chicago back in the 1990s a lot. We actually had the Student Art Club and Dr. Felancy Holder, who was our art history professor back then, and has since retired. But she actually organized these just great trips, and you got to go to all the art museums in Chicago. It was really a good experience for me being just a farm kid here in Clarksville. Growing up, I hadn't been exposed to a lot of things like that, and it just it really kind of opened the world up to me.
You're attracted to attracted to modern traditionalists, what?
Well, more specifically, just modern graphic design, and so you think in the terms of advertising, mainly that's kind of my field and what I do with Austin P. And so, we tend to look, even going to the grocery store is hard for me to shop because I don't buy off of necessarily what's in it. I like the labels on the product that are what attract me to it. And so,
I look at stuff like that, and I think of what went into coming up with this branding and where they put this and how it was, composed to fit in on items, like on television, is in radio. Radio, I cannot listen to a radio station without critiquing. And I cannot look at TV without looking at what the marketing, what is their brand, how they did it, what graphic did they use, what font. All of these things are going on, and I'm not looking necessarily at the product. I'm looking at the placement, and in 30 seconds I'm figuring out. I don't know what.
There was all kinds of this stuff going on with the Super Bowl commercials. I mean, what y'all were talking about.
Yeah, it was funny. And that Absolute vodka. You're gonna need this.
Yeah, I need to look at that. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should.
Nothing to hide. We need to take a break with the Sports Now update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Culver's of Clarksville, home of the butter buns on the Big 1400.
This Sports Now update is presented by Culver's of Clarksville. Go online to culvers.com for an update on their frozen custard flavor of the day.
It's college football's National Signing Day, and things will be a bit different this time around over at Austin Peay State University. The Governors are on the verge of landing their third straight top 5 nationally ranked recruiting class, but when the signatures roll in today, co-defensive coordinator / defensive line coach Marcus West will not be there celebrating by the fax machine. Head coach Will Healy confirmed late yesterday that his longtime friend and co-worker will be leaving Clarksville to join the staff at Minnesota as the Golden Gophers defensive ends coach. West becomes the third APSU assistant football coach to bolt for greener pastures this offseason, as former linebackers coach Max Thurmond last month became the defensive coordinator at Central Arkansas, and running backs coach Sean Dawkins moved on to the same post at Troy University. Now to Nashville, where the excitement continues to grow ahead of Middle Tennessee's first ever professional soccer match. The United Soccer League's Nashville SC will host MLS club Atlanta United for a friendly match on Saturday at First Tennessee Park, and late yesterday, the new franchise reported that they'll be doing so in front of a sellout crowd. And lastly, we take you to Knoxville, where today the University of Tennessee volunteer basketball squad is celebrating a huge road victory. The Vols, thanks in part to a huge three-point basket from sophomore guard Lamonte Turner, with only 25 seconds remaining, took down the Kentucky Wildcats 61-59 last night inside Rupp Arena. With the victory, the 14th-ranked UT Hoop squad has swept the regular season series against Kentucky for the first time since 1999, and they've moved to 18-5 overall this season. From the WVWB Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Family outings should be special. They should be memorable. They should be fun. And you'll find all of that and more with a short trip to Culver's of Clarksville. With a focus on customer service and quality farm-fresh ingredients, Culver's is serving food and fun at a whole new level. Go by today for one of their made-to-order butter burgers or a waffle cone stuffed with fresh frozen custard. They're at 140 Southampton Place, just off Wilma Rudolph Boulevard, Culver's of Clarksville. Welcome to delicious.
The Big 1400 WVWB. We've got a Sports Now update coming your way at 9:20 this morning, brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy with Justin Swallows. And don't forget, Justin has Cougar basketball. They're in the semifinals this Friday, February 9th. Now, we don't know who the girls or the boys will play, but we'll find that out and we'll let you know. But the game will be on the radio this Friday, airtime 4:50, tip-off around 5 o'clock. Right now it is Governor Wednesday. We're talking with Bill Persinger, Director of Marketing at Austin Peay State University, and Coach Travis Jansen, who's the head coach of the Governor baseball team. Coach, how do you prepare practice-wise as you get closer to a game? Well, your first game, after you get into after you've your first game, then there's a routine that you go through, whether it's going to be away or whether it's going to be a home game. But how do you get, leading up to next Friday, how do you work that schedule?
Well, I sit down every Sunday night or every Monday morning, and I come up with a list. The way I separate it out is weekly. I try to come up with objectives and things that I think that are important that need to be addressed in this coming week. So I divide up what I want to get accomplished or what the team needs to get accomplished for the week. You organize that around scrimmage dates because, when the pitchers are ready to scrimmage, then, so certain days are designated days for long scrimmage days. Mm-hmm. Then you take the other remaining days, you factor weather in, what you can get accomplished. Today's going to be a day where we have to hit in the cages and not going to be able to get a whole lot done outside.
So what do pitchers do?
Pitchers, they go to the old Red Barn.
Okay.
Where the Governors used to play hoops. They'll go in there and they'll throw in there, and there's not a lot they can do. They'll go and occasionally I don't like going inside if we don't have to, but occasionally we'll go in there and do bunt defenses and first and third type things. And today might be a weight room day for the pitchers. So just try to stay a little bit busy every day on these cold days.
Now, will you change that as you get closer to Friday?
Yeah, so next week, starting next Monday will be more of a review week. Make sure everybody's on the same page, and as far as offensive signals go and the things we do defensively, make sure everybody's on the same page with that. And so it's a little bit of a review week, not as much scrimmage during that week. And then once Friday hits, then we kind of settle into our season. It becomes fairly routine on how the days turn over.
Scouting, there's nothing you can know about Maryland Eastern Shore because, this is the first game. But after, as you said, the season gets started and the routine becomes routine, each game becomes a routine, you'll have scouting reports. Do you send somebody out to look at those teams, or do you all still swap film or both?
Baseball's not a swap and film type of sport, but what we do, we don't know a lot about Maryland Eastern Shore. We know they have a couple of guys that steal bases. We saw that on last year's stats. We know they have a brand new head coach. Other than that, we don't know a whole lot about them. A bunch of new kids. It's their first game, just like us. But then after this first weekend, Toledo will play somebody. That's who we play the second weekend. So then we get on the phone, we call whoever they played, try to pick up 3 or 4 things, what they saw from them that could help us. Mm-hmm. Then the other part about this answer is the way OVC Digital, the way, so many games are showing up on different websites, and especially a little bit bigger schools. I'm guessing by the time we play Indiana State the third weekend, we'll be able to go online somewhere and at least look at their players and see what they look like. At least give us a visual. So it's a combination of talking to other people and trying to see stuff on internet.
What's your strong point on the team this year?
Well, I tell you what, we're older on the mound. We have a lot of experience on the mound. We returned 3 guys that started games for us on the weekend. We have pitched it really well since we've got back from Christmas. Maybe as good as we have in the 2.5 years I've been here. So dumb baseball coach saying pitching is going to be your strength because you never know. But right now we're really doing a good job on the mound, and that's our pitching and defense have been really good. We're not going to hit as many homers as we did last year, but I really like the way we run, and I think we're going to be very solid offensively too.
They're going to play Billy Ball.
You know who Billy Martin is? You've heard of him?
They're going to play Billy Ball, y'all.
Just try to keep me out of jail. Billy Martin, he didn't stay out of jail very often.
Yeah, he had that problem. Coach Travis Jansen's our guest. He's the head baseball coach. Baseball season opens up next Friday as we welcome Maryland Eastern Shore to Raymond C. Hand Park. First pitch at, 3 o'clock? It's a doubleheader. Is it a doubleheader?
First game's a single game, and then if weather will cooperate on Saturday, we're going to attempt to play 2 games on Saturday.
Oh, that'll be good.
They were coming from a long way, and they wanted to play an extra game, and I thought it would be good for our pitching depth to kind of force us to get other people on the mound, and so that's the idea about playing 4 games that first weekend.
So hey, help me with something. You know, you got pitching rotation. Now, in Little League, and they say, well, they can't pitch because they can only throw so many pitches, or they pitch the day before, 2 days. They have a mandatory rest period for Little League.
85 pitches, 4 days rest.
It's something like that. Is there anything like that in
There's no
college?
rules for us. We're trusted to use common sense and not overuse kids, or overuse guys. But there's no steadfast black and white rule. I mean, even Tennessee high school has that now, where there's certain pitch limit rules, and most coaches do a pretty good job of that.
But you do monitor.
Oh, very much.
And if you have are they starters, relievers, and closers?
That's pretty much the way to say it. Like, for example, what you're asking, like opening weekend, our pitchers, our starters will be on a pitch count of somewhere between 65 and 80 pitches. I mean, somewhere in that ballpark. And then if we go 4 weeks down the road, and if our starter only throws 65 pitches, he didn't pitch very well. We're hoping. Right. So it's a build-up process. You start them off, and it's just a process of getting them stronger and stronger and stronger. Does that make sense?
Yes. Do you have them set up whether you have a starter and a mid-level, somebody come in the 6th or 7th inning, and then a closer?
Yeah, it's not quite that scripted, but the way we phrase it is we hope our starter gets us off to a really good start, and we always want to have somebody in our back pocket that can close the thing out that we feel we really trust. And then in those middle innings, it kind of depends what the score is. It depends what the game situation is.
And are they interchangeable, the pitchers?
Oh, they don't think they are. There's times. I mean, they take pride in being starters, and we have a couple kids that, enjoy relieving and coming in the back part of the game. And I think if you ask most of them would prefer to start because it's more comfortable, meaning they know their routine. It's a little bit more prestige with being a starting pitcher. For me, I like to have relievers that we can really trust, and to me it's pretty important. If we get to the 6th inning and then pee down our leg from the 6th inning on, that's not good either.
Yeah. They were talking, Mayor McMillan was talking about the new sports complex, and she was talking about that Prospect League. Is that that they've been in talks with a Prospect League team coming to Clarksville?
Yes.
Have you heard that?
I have. I didn't know that had crossed y'all's desk. Yeah, I don't know if I have a strong opinion about it. Summer baseball is a booming thing. I don't know if that would be something Clarksville would follow or not. Proximity to Nashville, busy schedules, but if college kids come here and junior college kids play in those leagues, it gives us a chance to recruit. I mean, it gives us a chance to see players, but it could be a great thing for Clarksville.
Yeah, I hadn't known a whole lot about it until they explained it to us, that it's basically college students. And are the high school students too, or just college?
99.5% college. Occasionally a high school guy will slip into that thing, but basically when our season's over, so say our season's over June the 15th, or say it's over whenever our last game is over, the majority of our players will go off to these different leagues. It's a neat time. They go off to different leagues in different parts of the country, and they go play summer ball. So they dedicate their summers. So June, July, into the first week of August, they're off playing summer ball with kids from all over the country.
But they can't get paid for that.
They cannot get paid. Okay. No, they cannot get paid. And but it's a pretty neat time for those guys to do that. And then talking about pitching, if a guy throws too many innings over the Austin Peay season, then we might say, hey, man, you've thrown enough. You need to stay home. But a lot of guys go off and get experience in the summer, and that's a good thing. And this Prospect League is one of those leagues.
Yeah. We were just wondering when Mayor McMillan was talking about that, how, and it seemed like it would be beneficial to a lot of college students. But she was talking about the students from all, and I did not know it was such a big deal.
Oh, last year we had guys play in California, Alaska, Washington, D.C., Minnesota, Virginia.
So you give them permission to do that?
Yeah.
You encourage it?
We do. I mean, for the certain guys, we sure do. I mean, because if we view somebody to be a big part of our program in the future, and he didn't play very much for us last year, you need to go off and get at bats, and you need to go off and improve.
Work
so it's a fun thing for a baseball player, a kid that loves baseball. It's a fun thing, but it is a commitment because you're giving up your summer.
Yeah. Coach Travis Jansen, who is the head baseball coach at Austin Peay State University. Back to Bill Persinger. We talked about the College Art Day, which is February 10th. Now, the Guitar Fest that's 3 days, 12th, 13th, 14th?
Yes.
And, okay, what is that?
Well, so that they do this every year, and Dr. Stanley Yates is the person who heads that this concert up. And if you're not familiar with Stanley Yates, you should look him up on YouTube or Google him. He's a world-class guitarist. He's originally classical guitarist. Yeah. And he's played all over the world. We're really lucky, are fortunate to have somebody like Stanley on our campus. He's been here for, I don't know, 20-some years, I believe, at Austin Peay. But he plays all over the world, and he's actually been featured in a lot of magazines. I think Fingerstyle is one of the magazines he's been featured in, and just look him up. He is just an incredible musician, and so I believe that's free and open to the public. So
and it's 3 days.
It's 7:30 each night in the Mabry Concert Hall.
So he won't be the only person, only guitarist.
No, there'll be others. He'll bring others in from other schools or other possibly other countries. And we also have students play, I think. So it's a
one of my doctors, my kidney doctor, is a virtuoso on the guitar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know if he'd be included in that or not, but anyway.
Yeah, but it really is world-class music, and so it's a great thing to have right here in Clarksville. So come join us for that.
Okay. Because basketball is still going on, and Austin Peay is in third place right now.
I believe so. Yeah.
And so we're looking towards the tournament.
They were picked in 11th place. A little bit of a plug for basketball. I mean, they were picked in 11th place in the preseason. They're 9-3. They have done a very, very good job. They've done a good job. They've got Murray State Thursday. They can figure out a way to win that one. They'll be in second place by themselves. So it's pretty incredible what Coach Figger and all his staff have done, and the players. It's been fun to watch them.
Yeah, Coach Figger, like he said, hey, come mad.
Come mad.
Come to the game. Come angry, he said. But we said mad. But anyway, they take on Tennessee Tech. That's the 15th. But Thursday, tomorrow, is it tomorrow, Coach?
Tomorrow, that's an away game.
It's an away game.
At Murray,
yeah. Yeah.
So get in the car, take your friends, go cheer on the Govs at Murray.
You remember when they used to have the caravans, and they form a lot of cars, and they have a bus and cars making the trek to Murray and Middle and during the basketball game.
Yeah, I've heard about them. I never was in one, but although we did take a bus to Murray for football this season, which that was a lot of fun.
I mean, I remember driving, slipping and sliding in weather like this, going to Tennessee Tech to watch the Governors play.
Yeah.
Because when you're young and silly and it was fun, but yeah, you'd make a way to get down there.
Yeah.
And of course you had to see Fly. And of course, the thing about it is that a lot of those schools, you had to leave early. You had to run for your life because, they get mad when we beat them. And, of course, we want to taunt them a little bit,
Just a little.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Let them know you were there.
Yeah, you got to let them know. So basketball home doubleheader is the 15th. So that's next Thursday against Tennessee Tech. Women's tip-off at 5:15. The men's game approximately 7:30. And then, of course, baseball season, the 16th.
That's right.
A big deal. Lots going on.
Lots happening.
Lots of fun, Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming in, Coach.
Thank you. Enjoy
Good seeing you again.
Yep. Yes, sir.
We'll have to come. And I'm not coming as long till it
Come
warmed.
on out. Just,
No,
you just said you just said you went and watched basketball in icy weather.
It was inside.
I know.
It was inside. You know.
Come on, put on a jacket and get on over there.
I can't enjoy it.
We'll bring you a little buddy heater.
A little bit. Yeah, I need it anyway. But anyway, you can find out all this information at apsu.edu on the internet, and you can find out the baseball schedule. And Coach Jansen, as the Governors for 2018, take the field against Maryland Eastern Shore next Friday. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. All right, Bill. We need to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Play ball.
The year is 2018, and in the state of Tennessee, citizens have found a new instant game that delivers incredible amounts of fun.
Wow, loaded with $100 prizes.
Exclusive, exciting, here for a limited time only, and starring your best odds ever to win $100 or more.
This game is awesome.
This February, get ready for one of the biggest blockbusters ever with the limited edition instant game. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Just remember to play responsibly.
Honey, I wanted to make this Valentine's Day memorable.
Aww.
Lobster, smooth jazz, jumbo bucks, and chocolate-covered strawberries.
Wait, what?
Strawberries?
No, before that.
My smooth jazz playlist is called Let's Get Sexual.
No, after that.
Oh, jumbo bucks instant games from the Tennessee Lottery?
Yeah.
Well, you can't win 75 grand from jewelry.
I could win 75 grand?
If you're lucky.
Oh, baby.
Make this Valentine's Day one to remember with Valentine's Day Jumbo Bucks, only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun.
Moore's Office Supply is Clarksville's office supply and furniture experts. For office equipment, desks, chairs, and more, depend on Moore's Office Supply. Located on Franklin Street across from the Catholic Church, Moore's has been your business partner for office supplies in the Clarksville, Fort Campbell area for years. Call Moore's at 645-7200. That's 645-7200. And we'll deliver it for free. Moore's Office Supplies, Clarksville's office supply headquarters.
Treat your pets to a vacation of their own at the Animal Guest House. Whether you're looking for doggy daycare service or long-term boarding, Animal Guest House will love your most loyal companions as much as you do. They have almost 2 acres of fenced-in roaming space, offer grooming services, and proudly have absolutely zero breed restrictions. Animal Guest House is located in Woodlawn at 1970 Chester Harris Road. Give them a call at 931-920-2719 or check them out online at animalguesthouse.com. Animalguesthouse.com.
When you want name brand furniture for less, Furniture Warehouse. Come on out where the deals are best.
Jack and Wanda here at Furniture Warehouse in Cumberland City, Tennessee. Tax season is here and Furniture Warehouse has just what you were looking for. Take advantage of our tax-free sale and save lots of money. It's the best time of year to treat yourself to that special piece of furniture you've been waiting for. Furniture Warehouse is conveniently located between Clarksville and Waverly and just a short drive from Dixon. Furniture Warehouse offers delivery, layaway, and financing. Check us out online at FurnitureWarehouseSales.com and like us on Facebook.
Furniture Warehouse Sales. Furniture Warehouse.
Clarksville Online is where you'll find the latest in Clarksville area news, weather, sports, and current events. Depend on Clarksville Online for crime reports and special events, Fort Campbell news and current events, and the latest financial news. Want sports? Then visit ClarksvilleSportsNetwork.com. Movie listings and weather bulletins? Go to DiscoverClarksville.com. And for all you bikers, visit ClarksvilleMotorcycle.com. You'll find everything you need on the Clarksville Online digital network. Clarksville Online. We are Clarksville. Golden.
1400 WVWB. It is the Wednesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville with Chuck and John. Thanks to Bill Persinger and Coach Travis Jensen for being here with us.
It's time to play ball.
Yep, play ball. That's right. The 16th Austin Peay baseball team opens its strikes. Yeah.
And then the coach is going,
Yeah, they're going to get out there and start arguing.
That's a ball. It was high.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, we appreciate them for this Governor Wednesday. Now, we got Teacher Thursday tomorrow. The Clarksville Montgomery County School System. We will have someone from Minglewood Elementary School.
Do you think
here? It'll be
it will be a principal?
Yeah, well, whomever will be nice.
They'll be,
yeah, we'll be on our
we
best.
Like meeting the
yes.
And it does keep us straight for now.
We'll be, for now. So SpaceX successfully launched its Falcon Heavy rocket yesterday. It then safely landed both of the reusable boosters simultaneously. I don't know if you saw any of this on TV, but it was pretty impressive.
Well, I watched it on my phone.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you were looking at the Absolute commercial.
No, I was watching it on my phone. I was out coming in from somewhere, and I pulled over. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
Well,
I watched it when
you
I
weren't
got
driving,
back. No, but I mean.
But the rocket launched a Tesla vehicle into space while it was playing a loop from Life on Mars, of course, by David Bowie over the speaker system. Everything goes to plan. The car will drift into orbit around Mars. Some experts don't think it'll last long. They think it'll be torn apart by radiation in less than a year. But the impressive thing was this is the most powerful rocket ever. And it was built by a private citizen.
Yeah, it wasn't NASA.
No.
I wonder what NASA thinks about all this.
Well, they're gonna be paying money for it. They're gonna
buy it?
Yes, sir. They're gonna be paying money to rent. You know, that's the whole idea is you go to these different countries, different organizations, and they want to launch a satellite or they rent.
And they rent it.
Yeah, they can
rocket.
They can pay money for you to put their payload into
put
orbit.
This satellite up in space. So
Yeah,
it'll be let me see here. It'll be $45.5 billion.
Yeah, they're gonna earn their money back. Now, about how many cars they're gonna put up in space, I don't know. They got all this.
It was kind of cool looking watching it.
It
They had a
was.
camera on it, and it's floating through space. And
all this other junk they got up in space, you never can tell. You know, the radio.
Maybe they'll have it drive up beside the space station. The guys be laying in bed going, "What is that?"
I don't know. It was a red convertible.
It was playing.
Was it a Tesla? No, that was the Mustang. The Tesla, it came by the other day. You know, so you see all it. It's like Carvana. You know, you can put a slot in and get your own car up in space. Yeah. But anyway, I thought it was so cool that those boosters came back and they landed simultaneously right back. I thought that was, that was
cool.
It was neat looking. It was neat looking. But anyway, the big 1400 WVWB, Chuck and John on this Wednesday. Hope your day is going well as we just move along. 3 Dog Night. 3-dog night on this Wednesday. Clarksville area weather. The showers should move out of the way by this afternoon, but it's still going to be chilly. Maybe a high today of around 38, 22 for an overnight low. A little chilly with plenty of sunshine on Thursday. It's 46 for an expected high. Not quite as cool with sunshine. Patchy clouds on Friday, 60 for an expected high. Rain back into our area Saturday and Sunday. We do expect a high in the mid-50s. But, you know, after to Thursday, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yes.
And it's temperatures in the mid-50s to 60.
Oh.
So,
it'll be like summertime.
Yeah, it'll be a warming
Get
trend.
my shorts out.
And that groundhog said we're going to have 6 more weeks. Yeah, what does Poxitani know? But
he
anyway,
don't know nothing.
He don't know nothing. Who he? He don't know me. Time now for the good news.
Oh, yes.
Yep, a story about debilitating blindness that we found that's pretty cool. There's a 23-year-old BBC reporter in England. His name is Mohammed Patel, who has a degenerative eye condition. So he's legally blind. And he can't use a guide dog because he has a major dog phobia. So instead of a dog, he's getting his own personal seeing eye miniature horse.
I mean, okay.
A seeing eye miniature horse. Now, the horse's name is Digby. He's a little over 2 feet tall. He'll also be able to do things around the house just like the seeing eye dogs can. He still needs a lot more training, which is being done in the United States, so it might be another couple of years before Muhammad takes custody of Digby. But they just met for the first time on Monday, and he said it was a perfect match because he's always loved horses. Now, it sounds like the whole seeing eye mini horse thing might become more and more common in the next few years. There are more than 10 of them being trained in the United States right now for visually impaired people who either have a fear of dogs or severe allergies. And the other benefit is that they live a lot longer. The miniature horses can live up to 50 years. Yeah, that's a great story. That's kind of interesting.
It is.
But the miniature horse is a little over 2 feet tall.
Huh. I dig a pony. Oh.
Well, but you think about, you know, them being in the house and training them. I guess, man, that's, yeah. But it'll be a couple of years before they finish their training.
That's kind of neat, though.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good story. I like that.
Okay, good. As long as it passes the John Michaels good news standard, then we're good to go.
It didn't make me cry. It was
just a good story.
It was a good story.
And it's a great way to end this Wednesday.
I will take that one.
Yeah. We thank you for sharing this part of your Wednesday with us here on Good Morning Clarksville. Hopefully that we'll get together again tomorrow.
Yep.
Thursday, we'll do it all over again. So till then, have yourself a great day, my friend. Be well.